Well, more than a quarter of all students in Ohio were chronically absent from school last year. This is according to the Ohio Department of Education. Experts say part of the problem here is reliable busing, for districts. We just saw yesterday, of course, Mentor schools closing because of a bus driver shortage. So while they are back open today, the issue is not fully remedied. Absenteeism is still creating challenges for not just for students, but for teachers as well. Jack Crum from our sister station in Toledo has more.
We need to have them in school in order to be able to do our jobs and to make sure that they get the best education possible.
Chronic absence is defined as a student out of the classroom for 10% of the school year, and the Ohio Department of Education says students averaged out well above that threshold last year at 25%.
During the pandemic, it peaked at 30%. Chronic absenteeism peaked at 30%. Before the pandemic, it was around 17%. So we're kind of in between those numbers, and we're trying to make sure that it improves.
Jeff Wensing is the president for the Ohio Education Association. He says chronic absence hurts not just students as they try to learn, but also educators just trying to do their job.
I could have the best lesson in the world. Unless you're in class, you're not going to be the beneficiary of this really good lesson.
Wensing is also in his 26th year as a high school teacher. He says a lack of reliable busing for many school districts statewide could be to blame.
Part of our struggle with getting kids to school is if you've been traveling the state like I do, you see just about every single public school system has out front of their administrative office, we need bus drivers, help wanted. There is a bus driver shortage.
Other education unions in Ohio are also taking note. Melissa Cropper is the president for the Ohio Federation of Teachers.
If students are missing instruction, it's going to impact how well they perform on those state tests. So the state test scores are impacted, which again makes the district look worse than what they actually are.
She agrees busing is a factor, but believes issues and solutions can be found when looking at school curriculums. In particular, pushing for less tests and more hands-on, project-based type learning.
I think our education system has become so test heavy that many students don't see the relevance of learning anymore. When they feel like the only reason to be in school is to learn information for a test and they don't see how that impacts their futures, they don't really see a need to be there.
The rate for chronic absenteeism nationwide last year was 23.5%.